Hello guys, welcome to another video. This video is more for the people that actually make research about joining the army, or they already joined and they have in their contract 68 whiskey and they want to know more. And it's actually 16 weeks, but it can be a little bit longer depending on how long you're processing work. You know, sometimes you're just like in a holdover status, just waiting for the company to pick up and start processing you. Okay, so I want to let you know because I did some research. I did a lot of stuff that I did want to know that I couldn't find out there, and basically I'm just answering myself or the question that I had before, but like giving it to you. So if you have the same question that I had, you can actually like use them and answer yourself. So basically, the first thing I want to let you know is like, where are you going for your AIT? Every 68 whiskey ever have come here to Fort San Houston in San Antonio, Texas. The reason why is because it's a joint base for medical training. So all the branches like the Air Force, the Marine Corps, the Space Force, the Army, the Coast Guard, all the branches basically, they are coming here and studying, doing medical training. And it's not only for combat medical healthcare specialists like 68 whiskey, it's also for the eye specialists, dental specialists, orthopedic specialists, and any type of medical training. This is like a big college. Actually, the base looks like a college. You only have barracks and you have barracks and like the dorms where you're gonna live, and you have the schoolhouses and like everything for everybody like studying. Everybody is like studying some type of medical MOS. So in my case, that's where I am now, and that's where they wanna send you. So I was always looking forward to how the barracks are, how you're going to live, how comfortable you're going to be, especially when you come out from basic, that you're like living in these big rooms with like 30 or 40 people, and you want to like, damn, I want my privacy, I want something for me, I want my space. How the barracks going to be, how comfortable, how the drill sergeants are going to be with us, how they're going to treat you, do I want to have my own time, do I have my own privacy? And the answer is yes. Basically, the barracks, they're not bad. I mean, they're not the best barracks everywhere. Like, they're not, but like, they're not bad. Like, you can see, you come straight to this big aisle with all the rooms, like the hotels. And then the first thing that you see in the room is like the sinks, where you actually have your personal stuff, like your medicine cabinet, where you can put all your stuff. You have your sinks, and then you have your bathroom. And you go to your bathroom, you have your shower, your toilet, and basically it's a normal bathroom where you live. And you keep moving forward, you're gonna have a desk, and you're going to have your closet, like the big closet. Usually these rooms are made for, like, they are designed for 2 people living here actually. But it's the army, so they basically add another bed just in case they are too busy or the company is too big and they need to put 3 people. Like in my case, when I arrived here, we were 3 people in the room, like just because we were waiting. So we were like in a holdover status until like the processing started. So let's say like the 68 whiskey AIT is like 16 weeks, but it can be a little bit longer if you have to wait for your company to start. So in my case, that was my case. I wait like a week, and then the company started up. So then they moved me with 3 people in the room, but now we actually 2 people. So that bed, we don't use that bed. We have these 2, and that's the only one that we only use. This one is because normally the company is too big and they need to like put people in their bed. But then as the cycles come through, you're gonna be like people getting recycled, people getting reclassed, and some people are already like accelerate, so they just go to another company in advanced training, so they just keep one of the phase. That was my case. We had 3, so one of my friends, one of my battle buddy, he was on accelerate, so he just went to another company and keep with his training there. So we were always 2 people. Lucky, I was lucky because of that. So yeah, basically that's for the barracks and the room itself. They're comfy, they're big, and most of the time you have your space. If you want to be alone, you can just go to the closet and just listen to music. I do that a lot. But my roommate is like kind of cool, as you've seen in the other videos. So me and my roommate get along really well. So we always talking. I have my space, I have his space. He's not bothering me, I'm not bothering him. We always talk, we try to study together and all that things. Like, that's kind of cool actually. Yeah, I was lucky because of that. Another question is, what do you got issued by the army when you become a 68 whiskey? especially when you come from basic, that you have a lot of stuff you bring in here. And yes, they're gonna issue you more stuff, especially when you arrive. They're gonna give you like specific equipment that you're gonna be using just for your whiskey phase. The whiskey phase, the field craft safe phase for the whiskey, for the 68 whiskey combat medic health specialist, AIT. So they're gonna issue you like another assault pack. They're gonna issue you a lot of stuff. So be aware of it, and you're gonna probably be moving with all the stuff. You're gonna have to be packing it. So what I do, I keep it organized because I never know when they're gonna move it from another room. I mean, they maybe not gonna do it now, but I just want to keep everything organized and together, because at the end of the cycle, you have to return those back, and you cannot be losing it. So that's my recommendation. I keep everything together in my closet. It was a lot of stuff. Then they're gonna issue you more stuff. Like now, I'm in my whiskey phase, and they issue me an A bag. So that A bag is another extra stuff that you also have to return. You have to sign in for that. You have to, like, that's a lot of money. If you lose it, you're gonna have to pay for it. So keep it together, because you're gonna be moving a lot. Every time you're moving, you lose stuff. But if you keep it together in the same duffel bag, you're gonna be able to be safe for later. This is a great question. As you come from basic, if you're saying you're tired, if you're saying you're like, I don't wanna be here, this is the worst place I ever wanna be. Everybody have different experience. Like, everybody have different experience with the drill sergeant. And basic, I was like, this sucks. But my drill sergeant were like just strict. I was cool with it, but that's because the type of person I am. I choose this, and I deal with it because it was my decision. I didn't like this, like, wake up one day and say I want to join the army. It was 1 year me thinking about it. So yeah, for me it was different because my experience. But there's a big difference from my drill sergeants. I'm basically the drill sergeant here in AIT. So they are more chill, but it's just because this company. Now I'm gonna explain now. So I'm in Foxtrot company. I'm not saying they strict. They keep it like
we set the standard. That's true.
But they're kind of chill. But we don't face up. Like normally you have. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit more in deep about it. Like you have like an extra phase that we didn't have because they were too chill. They didn't like. They like, we're gonna treat you better. We're gonna be a little bit more chill with you guys, but we're gonna keep babysitting you. So that way, until we think that you are ready to go out and like behave. And I agree with that. I'd rather have a children sign that actually is not in my face yelling all the damn day, because that's tiring. Like your whole life, somebody like yelling at you, that's get you tired and it kind of like demotivating you, or like you like unmotivating. No, like major science, they are great. They every morning motivating you. Like sometimes you're like poopy and sad and you fail tests and you've been studying, you feel like you haven't done shit. This your sign gonna be like, hey guys, that happened, things happen, you have to keep going. Don't give up. Like they on you. Instead of like yelling at you like crazy, they just like motivating you and that keep you like that hype you up. And I can see, like you can see the whole company sad one day, they don't want to sing in cadence, so if they sing in cadence they don't sound off. And the drill sergeant's not yelling, sound up. No. They just like, hey guys, you better sign up. This is what you're gonna do. This is gonna be your lifetime. This is something. And they hyping you on. After a while, the company started being super loud. So it works. In this case, it works that they're not being yelling at you. Of course, they're gonna yell at you if you're doing dumb shit. Obviously, that's their job. They don't want to get in trouble for not doing their job. But like, it's not all the time. What I heard from another company, the drill sergeants are crazy. Like that can happen. If you go to another company, they face up, like they have another extra phase so they can go on post with a uniform. They're gonna wear a civilian in this thing. But the drill sergeants are crazy and insane. It's like another phase. So some people are just, I've heard people like crying and say like, oh my god, I cannot do this because this drill sergeant the same thing as basic and they cannot handle it, but they have an extra thing that we don't. They have that extra phase that they can go like on post and they can go to the PH and stuff without the drill sergeants. Like we had to go with the drill sergeant all the time, but I'm telling you, my drill sergeant, like they're the best drill sergeant I can ever find. I mean, so far, right now I'm talking, and like they're really good NCOs actually, really good NCOs. Like we have really great staff doing here, like from the first sergeant to the captain. Like, this company is great. I don't know about other company, was that what I heard, but until again, everybody's experience is different. But I did went to like a finance agreement with another company, not gonna say which company because I'm not saying great stuff about that company. But that was crazy. That was like being not back to basics. That was like being in red face. So I don't want to be in those people's shoes. Actually, I really don't want to. So, but like again, it depends on where you go, as which company you go. That's what I mean. And like, hopefully you go to Fortune company. Hopefully you're gonna have like the best design, the best first sergeant ever, and a great captain. That's all I can say. Actually, shout out for them. Shout out for them. Another thing is how AIT for 68 whiskey, combat medic, health specialist, healthcare specialist, how does that work? So you know in basic that you have, now you have your yellow face, then you have your red face, then you have your white face, and then you have your blue face. So let's say as a infantry people, they have their black face and then their gold face. For us as a 68 whiskey combat medic, it works the same way. So you come to AIT and you have your gold, your phase 4, that's the black face. Then you have some company have phase 4 plus. That's actually what I was trying to tell you. The company that have phase 4 plus, the dress signs are crazy, and it's understandable. Like you have people from all around the United States and the world with different ways to do stuff, with different learnings, different growing path. And these people maybe sometimes crazy and they need to learn how it works before they start getting in trouble because they have a lot of freedom right after basic, you know. So yeah, they give you a little bit of freedom, but they have to be a little bit strict. They're gonna be yelling at you. It's gonna feel like you're back in basic game. I didn't have, as I told you before, I didn't have phase 4 plus. I didn't have that one. I went straight to phase gold, like phase 5. But it took me a while. It took me longer than all the other company. Normally the company after 2 weeks in here, they're giving you phase 4 plus, normally. This company, they give it to me after 7 weeks. I'm fine, it was great for me. I'm not complaining about it, it was great. And so you go on phase 4 plus, and then you go phase 5. Phase 5 is the gold phase, that way you can wear your civilian clothes in post, you can go off post with your formal uniform, like the uniform you use for graduation. But you always have to wear like your PT belt. I'm not wearing it now, but you see, it's like a red belt. I got you right now. It's this belt. This is the PT belt you have to wear every day on your civilian clothes. You wear it like this. And that's how they identify your diff. Like this Fox company is gonna be like this color. Other companies have different colors. How they identify you, what company you are on. So if you do something wrong, or you like do stupid shit, they're gonna know which company you are at, and then they just sign like you. But that's the only way they just sign. They're gonna, like they in your face if you do dumb shit. Come on, that's logical thing. You can go off post with your AGFUs. It's a graduation uniform, like formal uniform. You can go, but you still don't do dumb shit because you're not wearing your PT belt, but you have your army uniform. And this is Texas, San Antonio. We have like 3 bases here, so it's like a military town. So everybody knows the military. They call, hey, I have a military guy here doing dumb shit, whatever. Just don't go off post with your ages. You do stupid shit. Okay, just behave. They use the faces as a corrective training. Like you do a little PT. Like you do PT in the morning, probably like 3 days a week because you're always studying. You go to barrack maintenance every day, mostly like 2 days a week. Corrective training is more like, hey, you want to be the face. Obviously, you're always in the front rear rest position. You're always gonna be doing push-ups, but like they're gonna deface you if you do that stuff. Like you will still like the most minimal thing. You're gonna be the face. Like that because you want your freedom. So for them it's like, hey, if you do dumb stuff, if you're not behaving, if you're not studying, if you're like being like cutting lines or like I don't know, cutting corners, you're gonna be the face. And people cry for that because it's once you have your freedom, you will not take it back because it's becoming like being in prison. So that's like the faces for like your freedom and your liberty here in the AIT. Let's talk about the phases of the course. So you have your EMT phase, then you have your SECO phase, and then you have the SECO phase is part of the whiskey phase. So you have your EMT phase and whiskey phase. But in the whiskey phase, you have your SECO phase and then your field craft phase. So in an EMT phase, you're just going to school doing EMT studying for your NREMT national registration, like your national registration as a emergency medical technician. So you studying for that all day. They say it's the hardest phase of the the 68 whiskey course, but it was hard on the line, and this one's still harder. I'm in whiskey phase now. I'm doing like the sequel part. It's most of the same, just a little bit more specific knowledge on what the Army wants you to know to be a combat medic or health skills specialist. So this is more focused, and NNMT was like more open wide, more like general. This one is more focused on what the Army wants you to know based on like a statistic on what the soldiers get every day, normally in the field or in, and then you have your field craft. I haven't get to there yet, but I can tell you, you have to wear your full uniform plus everything you got issued, like your blade carrier, your helmet, your assault bag, your aid bag, or sometimes your rucksack and your aid bag. You go to another base to do your training because this base doesn't have like space for the field craft training, but then you go to another base and you do your training, and you're gonna be doing crazy shit. You're gonna be lifting people, transporting people, you're gonna do your evacuation. You're gonna do all the crazy things that you do, like if you were in war, or if you were like in a combat zone, if you were in a deployment. Basically, that's your fieldcraft phase. You're gonna get issued books through the whole course. Some people want to keep them, some other might not want to keep them. But yeah, basically that's like the phases for 68 whiskey combat medic health course. Another thing, like this is the last thing I'm gonna say actually in this video, guys, is like, try to keep a high GPA. Like English is not my first language. I struggle a lot, especially like I didn't have any like medical backgrounds. All my backgrounds are engineering. Like I'm a civil engineer, so all my backgrounds are engineering. So try to keep a GPA. I do have a study habit. My GPA is bad actually. Like I have a 7.2 GPA, so I just keep studying. But like, people are worst. Keep your GPA high, because in my case, I'm always scared to be recycled, especially now that I got to here, because if you don't pass the NNMT, you have to retry or you get recycled, but you don't face up. But I did pass it in the first try. I did pass my final in the first try. I just didn't have like a great score. But now I'm in whiskey phase and I'm still scared to not pass any of them, so I'm being studied. If you don't want to have that stress, my advice is do some study about physiology, pathology, anatomy. Do some research about it before you come here, because that way you have some knowledge, especially if English is not your first language. You want to know some terminology. If you really want to know some terminology, if you come here, that want to help you a lot. So try to do that, and even if English is your first language, do it too, because there's a lot of people struggling. Like they are American, they come straight after school, and like 40 people got recycled. 40 people just because they didn't keep the GPA up and they didn't pass tests. So that plus not be studying, it's a combination. So you're keeping your GPA high and you'll be fine. Like Roman, he's not stressed because he has a good GPA, he's smart. He doesn't study too much, but when he have to, he just study. And he's not like stressed. He just go out on the weekend, not thinking about I have to study, I have to do flashcard, I have to do some stuff like me. So try to keep it like high, and that will help you a lot. Don't worry about PT information. That it's gonna be every morning. You're gonna always time at least 2 hours information and 1 hour PT. That's how it is. So it's the Army. Hurry up and wait. Remember that. So guys, thank you for watching the video. If you find this interesting or not, please hit me up with a like. I'm trying to make this day-to-day videos, not day-to-day, like weekly videos about me in the Army or my life at all. Not everything's gonna be about the Army, so if you watch the video because you're making research about your life in the Army, just subscribe if you want to, just to support. Like, just subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing, but give me a like. I would appreciate a like, and thank you so much. Have an amazing year, guys, and